Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a get ready with me. Where am I going, you're asking? My living room. As you guys know, we are all in this quarantine and we just have to do the best with what we've got, right? So it's actually 1 o'clock right now. I did not sleep for the life of me last night. I was just tossing and turning. I just haven't been able to sleep at all, really. And it took a little bit to get out of bed today, but here we are. We made it. We're going to do a get ready with me, and then I'm going to film some workout videos for you guys for YouTube. I figured, you know what, let's just try new things out, see if you guys like them. So it's going to be a workout with me. So it's going to be an at-home workout. I'm going to do everything for you, but I'm not going to play this video because that's useless. That'll be in the next video. But today, we're just going to chat while I get ready. It's going to be very minimal makeup. I hope. Sometimes I get a little bit carried away. But I figured I'd just come on, talk to you guys about a couple ways to stay kind of on track with your diet and your fitness throughout our time at home. I know a lot of people are snacking throughout the day and they just feel like they're losing everything they've worked for. And we are here to tell you that that is not the case. So I'm going to get started with my makeup. I'll show you what I use. If I don't mention it, everything will be in the description box below. But I am going to start with this. This is free I Am Love Deep Illuminating Oil. So I want a glowy look today. And I found this tip. I think it was from Chatty Beauty. I already put a little bit of moisturizer on. But I'm going to go in and put on some face oil. And that'll just give my face a little bit more glow when I put the foundation on top. So I'm just going to do that. I do have a mirror right here, so I'll probably be looking this way a lot. Hopefully not. I can just use this too. But I'm just going to use a couple drops of that and just put it all over my face. So going back to what I was saying, I'm going to talk about 5 ways to stay on track as best as possible. But first, I want to also say that gaining weight should not be the first thing on our minds right now. I think that there's so much going on in this world that our weight fluctuating should be the least of our problems and the least of our worries. So please, please, please keep that in mind. Your weight is not going to define you, does not define you, will not define you. And this is just a reminder that there are definitely more things that are more important in this life. So I'm going to preface it with that. But I know that people are still wanting to do the best thing for them, and I totally understand. So I'm just going to share a couple tips that I think might help. First and foremost, you have to find an eating plan that works for you. I'm not saying drastically change your eating habits, but figure out what works for you. So for me and Taz, for instance, we are doing more of an intermittent fast type thing because we are both snackers and we don't eat until maybe like 1 o'clock. And that just helps me kind of stay on track because I'll have my coffee in the morning and then I'll have a juice like maybe an hour or 2 later, and then I'm pretty good. I don't wake up starving anyway, so that does help me limit my food intake, or my snack intake rather. And then what we'll do is we'll have our meals starting from 1 o'clock to like 9 or whatever. And I do want to say that's like an intermittent fasting type thing, but if you're going to choose to intermittent fast, I don't want you to starve yourself all day and then have one meal. I want you to make sure that you're getting all the calories you need for your body. This is not a let me not eat and then have one meal type thing. It's just intermittent fast for an allotted amount of time, and then in that window, eat your required calories. So please, please, please don't misunderstand me with that, because I do want you to get the calories and the nutrients that you need daily. If that doesn't work for you, just maybe plan out your meals. Now that we are not allowed to go anywhere, maybe cook your meals more often instead of ordering in. But that's also like I should probably be supporting the community and the local restaurants. That's why I said find what works for you, because there are so many things going on right now. And if you feel the need to support a restaurant that you guys love or that you go to or whatever, then please, by all means, do that. But take the time right now to maybe cook your meals where 3 weeks ago you weren't able to, and now find some joy in that, in cutting up the veggies and finding new recipes that are going to actually fuel you and be nourishing at the same time, but also enjoyable. So just find out what works best for you and your family throughout this time and put that in place. By all means, am I not saying to like enjoy yourself, but also be cognizant of what you're putting into your body. Next, I'm actually kind of worried because this is my Actually, it doesn't look that bad. This is my foundation that I've been loving. This is L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear. But I think I might be a little too light, and I'm red here for some reason. I don't know. But we're just going to try it out. Next, I'm running out. Next tip is move daily. And I mentioned this in my last vlog, but I don't mean like work out to your full extreme every single day, because you wouldn't do that normally. Well, I mean, I hope you wouldn't, because you need rest. But is it too light? Nope, we're good. Move daily. What does that mean? Maybe do a home workout, or go for a walk, or go for a run around your neighborhood. And that's it. Maybe a yoga flow. Just move daily, because now that we are staying home, we're required to stay home. We're going to definitely be more stagnant. We're not going to be moving as much. So we have to make an effort, a conscious effort to move. So for me, what that looks like recently, I started out running the 5K, but my knees can't handle that. I'm still in pain, and it's been like a week. You know, now it looks like walking the 5K and working out at home when I can. I have to have, wow, English. I had to go a little easy with the workouts here, because my knees, they just like flared up really bad. Like I mentioned in one of my last videos, I do have my period. So I do find that my knees and my joints hurt more when I'm on my period. So I just took it a little bit light this week, but hopefully, I'm trying to get rid of this red thing. Hopefully this next week I can get back on it and have like an actual plan, because I do miss moving. I have some boxing gloves and boxing mitts that we can use. So maybe I'll have Taz do that with me. He's not the best boxer though. Shh, don't tell him I said that. But yeah, just find what works for you. Find a schedule. This is not on my list. I have my list right here, but try to plan out your day. Create a schedule for your day so that you have a time to do whatever it is you want to do. So maybe your workouts are in the morning, or maybe they're after dinner, or not after dinner, before dinner, or maybe you go on a walk after dinner. Whatever you think will work best for you. And if you're alone, this is actually a great time to put in some routines in place, right? Because I know for me, I've always felt that I wanted to put a routine in place, but I haven't had time to stop. And like, in all honesty, I wanted to make the world stop for a second so I can kind of figure out what I want to do in my day-to-day routine, because when the world is constantly moving, I feel like I can't catch up. I feel like I can't take a break, because if I take a break, the world is going to go without me, if that makes sense. I know it's a little bit silly, but that's just my train of thought. So maybe take some time to figure out a routine that you want when this is all done. With that said, the next thing is do something daily that's going to bring you joy. Like, I know that, a lot of us are dealing with anxiety right now, myself included. I have not been able to sleep well, but take this time now that, like I mentioned, the world has kind of come to a stop. Take this time to find that inner child in you again, and find that joy. Maybe learn something new, maybe draw, color, dance. I know, and it sounds so silly, but you guys, I think that if we don't do something that's going to spark joy daily, we're going to lose our sight and we're going to lose like who we are, because we're going to be so focused and so anxious and so focused on what could go wrong that we forget that we can still find joy in every situation. So I just encourage you to like maybe try something new, maybe YouTube some like how to draw, or like, I don't know, maybe work on handstands. That's what I've been wanting to do, but I haven't had time. What does that even mean, haven't had time? Okay, find joy in something. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be as simple as reading a book, or playing one with your dog, or playing with your kids, or going for a walk. Just find joy. Go deep within, and just take some time to figure out what brings you joy and what lights you up, and maybe something can come out of this. You never know, right? Never know. Also, disclaimer, that does not mean that you have to be doing something. If all you can do right now is sit on the couch and turn off the news, that's plenty. I don't want you to sit here and think, oh, it's easy for you to say because you're not affected. No, that's not the case. I just want to be able to remind you that you have a way of bringing joy into even the most darkest situations. So with that said, let's move on to the next tip. The next tip is, also, I can't like do all this at once. How do the makeup gurus do it? I'm going to do some bronzer. Right? Is that next? Oh no, I forgot to set my concealer. Next tip, which I kind of already mentioned, is just take some time to reflect. Like for me, unfortunately, this has taken a step back. And while this hasn't necessarily affected me because I work from home, day to day, it has affected me because internally I'm thinking about everything that's going on in this world. And part of me is like, how can I even do what I want to do when there's so many bad things going on and so many people are being affected by this situation? And that kind of comes back to what I was saying earlier, that we have to be able to find joy through it all. And that's not to say to not acknowledge what's going on. We're definitely acknowledging what's going on, but we have to remember that this is all happening for a purpose. We have yet to figure out what that is, but it's all for a purpose, and I know that he is gonna work it out for his good. And I look like a raccoon right now. I hope it looks better because it looks good here. It looks weird here. So yeah, take some time to reflect. Maybe that's just your quiet time, making it a little bit longer, reading the Bible so that we're not so rushed like we normally are. Or maybe that's like a yoga flow and thinking about whatever it is you're thinking about. I'm not going to tell you like what to reflect on, but I just encourage you to take some time, maybe do a yoga flow on my channel or other people's channels, or my app. I have yoga flows on there as well. And then after the flow, now that you're in that state of kind of zen, you can kind of quiet the noise and just listen to what your heart is telling you, and maybe that will inspire something that you want to do to spark joy. I know it's like my thoughts are all over the place, but this is what it's like to be yummy. My mind is all over the place. And last but not least, one thing that I want to mention is to get enough rest, because I know that now it kind of feels like we don't have anyone telling us what to do and we can stay up all night watching YouTube or Netflix because there are so many good shows on Netflix that we will stay up. And then if we stay up all night, that's probably going to make us go to bed later and then wake up later, right? So we have to be responsible and go to bed at a decent hour so our bodies can get rest. And then that is just going to carry on to everything else, right? So if you get rest, you're waking up feeling refreshed, you wake up early, which means you can set some time apart for your quiet time to reflect, which then makes you be able to go work out because you're feeling good. And then from there, you can come back, do something that'll bring you joy, get on work, do whatever it is you need to do. It's a cycle, right? Because, and I know that all of you are probably like, well, what does it have to do with like staying fit and not losing track of your goals? Well, because everything's connected, right? If you get rest, you'll wake up feeling refreshed. You will wake up with a new sense of, I don't know, like ease, so that you can wake up and spend time with God, have your quiet time, do your reflection, maybe do a yoga flow in the morning. You'll be in a right headspace and you'll feel rested enough to fuel your body with what it needs. You'll fuel your body by moving daily. You'll be able to spark some joy with whatever it is that you have time for. And so I just want you guys to understand, and this is what I tell my clients daily, that everything is connected, right? The way we sleep, the way we eat, what we do, what we tell ourselves, everything is connected. So these are just 5 things that I thought about that might help you in this time of quarantine. And I also want to just remind you that your weight does not define you. So if you gain weight throughout this process, so be it. If you lose weight, so be it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make you less than of a person. It does not define you at all. So please, please, please do not put stress on yourself from gaining weight during this time, because honestly, like I said in the beginning, it doesn't matter. There are more problems that we need to be thinking about and trying to solve in this world than, an extra 5 pounds. Yeah, I think that's it. And I'm sorry this was all over the place. I literally cannot multitask for the life of me. I mean, I think it looks fine. Who knows? I'm using the Bare Minerals Lashtopia mascara. It's my favorite. The only thing that I hate is that it is not waterproof. But your girl doesn't have waterproof makeup. Hi, Kona girl. And then we're going to finish up with some brows. I don't do much to my brows, just kind of fill them on a little bit. And since I'm not going anywhere. Do you guys ever feel like you want to play with makeup, but you're not going anywhere, so it kind of feels pointless because you don't want to waste makeup and then just take it off? That's how I felt my entire life, which is why I don't really play with makeup, because I feel like I'm wasting it. Am I the only one that thinks that? I don't know. Anywho, I think we are pretty much done here. I just got to put on some lips. I'm just going to line my lips with the Kali Bible. It's literally my favorite. And then I'm going in with this lip gloss. This is actually a friend from church. She has her own lash and lip gloss, and I love it. This is it. This is my final look for my living room. I I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have any questions on anything that I said, or if you want to leave your own tip down below. We are in this together. Please, please, please don't think that you're alone. If you ever need anything, please reach out. I'd be happy to do what I can, or connect you with someone that I think can help in whatever way or capacity. I hope that you are staying safe and sane, and just I continue to pray that this is all over soon enough, so that we can share our testimonies and how we all got through this. Thank you guys so much. I love you with all my heart. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you.